Test, test. Say something, Sean. 1, 2. Let me just talk to this one.
You know how many books have been written? You know.
Does it work? Okay.
You know how many books have been written? How many books have been written in regards to
what you did?
Yeah, and what I did. There you go again. What I did. If I did so much, why did the court run and wouldn't give me a trial? Why couldn't I put on a defense and call witnesses?
Because you were acting crazy.
I was acting crazy.
Are you
What is
crazy?
acting crazy? So, where's the man that I was dealing with in this interview? Is it you?
Do I look like a man to you?
Well, where's the gentleman that I was communicating with in the letters?
A gentleman. I sent you a telegram. My name is Penny Daniels. I'm from Inside Story in Miami. You were dealing with...
This is Miami. They said this was France. Didn't he say this was France?
That's what they said over there, but that information must have been wrong, Charlie.
Oh, you were under the impression that this was an interview with someone from France?
Yes.
No, this is Miami. Inside Story. You were dealing with Fran Myers, Justine Schmidt, and then I sent you a telegram. My name is Penny Daniels, and this is Dale West. Why don't you have a seat, Mr. Mitchell?
I don't want to go on a point till we get our heads together, man.
Here, let me
Please stop that until we get our heads together.
Here, let me ask you this. Let me ask you.
Here's some stuff that I've written down that I want to forward to you, then we can reflect it back.
Okay, sure.
You dig what I'm saying?
Sure.
Let me ask you something. How do you spend your days now, since you're not allowed to play music? How do you spend your time in jail?
Setting.
Just sitting?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything else? Do you read?
No.
Do you walk?
No.
You sit in your cell
I'm
and
allowed to do nothing.
yeah. You get out of your cell at all?
I
Except
get
for
out
these
the
kind of-
little square box about from there to there. Not very, no.
Is that where you get your exercise?
But if you call it exercise, not really exercise. They just got this excuse. They give excuses and they play you off to like they're doing something, but they're not. You know, not really.
See, nothing I do is right, man.
It's all right.
Unless I stay in a cell. They crowd me and I got this little space. My life is bigger than this little space. I live in the desert. I live in the mountains, man. I'm big. My mind is big. But everybody's trying to crowd me down and push me down and make me into all these little things that they need me to be, and that's not me at all, man. That's not me. I killed nobody. I broke no law.
You broke no law?
I broke no law. I didn't even get to put on a defense, man.
But Charlie, you were in prison half your life.
So what?
Why?
I didn't have no parents. When you don't have any parents and you got nobody, there's no place I'm going to take you off the street and throw you somewhere. I've been in here since I was 9 years old.
All right. Well, if you hadn't spent all that time in prison from the age of 10 on, how do you think things would be different for you?
I'd probably be dead.
Yeah?
Prison saved me a lot of times. Prison's not a bad place. Prison's like a monastery. You come and get your stuff together. You straighten out your hand. You get another chance to start all over and get it right.
Do you think people get rehabilitated in prison?
Right, sure. I know.
Yeah? How does that happen?
You have to do it inside yourself. You have to figure it out what's wrong with you.
Yeah. But do you need a prison to do that?
A prison helps. A prison helps.
Any other things that you do in jail?
Yeah, I run an underworld.
You run an underworld in jail.
Mhm.
Tell me about that.
You don't see it?
I've heard that you get a lot of letters and have in the past gotten a lot of visits from kids. Just kids that you don't know. Is that true?
I am kids.
Have you gotten these kinds of visits and
Sure.
letters from kids that you don't know?
Sure.
Why do you think these kids write you?
Because I am those kids.
What is it about you that they...
I am a child. I never grew up. I never lived in your society. I never went to school. I never had a mother and father. I raised myself up.
What do you think it is about you that makes people want to be a part of whatever it is you're a part of?
I'm brand new. Everything I do is always brand new. I'm on the premise of reality. I walk a real road. I'm a real person inside. I'm not a phony. I don't put on no airs. I say what I think. You see what I'm saying?
Susan Atkins come home to you, bloody hands.
Yeah.
She says, Charlie, look what I did for you.
Yeah. So I give you the world.
I just
killed myself and I give you the world.
So, how'd you react?
I say, you dumb fucking cunt, I already had the world. You just put me back in jail again. And that's what she did. She put me right back in jail.
Do you ever think about Sharon Tate and the people that were killed that night?
No, not that much. Why should I? A lot of people get killed. People get killed all over the world every day.
Do you feel any responsibility for what happened that night?
None.
You feel no remorse for what happened that night?
How am I going to feel remorse? What am I supposed to feel remorse about? Everyone says, you feel no remorse. I said, can't you understand I'm not guilty of anything? And they said, well, you're supposed to feel remorse. I'm supposed to feel remorse because you don't understand, because you're twisted in your brain? I wasn't there. I was in San Diego in bed with some broad I'd met in Big Sur.
Since you brought it up, and it's not our intention to really rehash Tate LaBianca, that's not why we're here, but since you brought up religion and Christ, what do you think Christ would have thought about what went on in Sharon Tate's house and LaBianca's house?
We all have Jesus within us.
Did Tex Watson have Jesus within him while he was sticking a knife and a fork into Nina LaBianca?
Tex didn't have any choice. Tex was trapped in his mother's mind. He had to do what he did.
He was a slave to his upbringing?
He was a slave to society. He had to do what he had to do because that's what he was thrown into by the world he lived in.
You seem to be suggesting that Tex Watson's the world, and I don't mean to just pick on him in particular, but anybody who does crimes, who kills people, who does horrible things, that they don't really have a choice, that they're the product of society.
Do any of us have a choice?
Well, I don't know.
Do you believe in God?
No, I don't. But
you believe in yourself?
Well, I think, therefore I am. So, but what I'm wondering is, what about free will? I mean, does Tex Watson have no responsibility for himself?
What about free will? What about free will?
Crime factories are buying and selling crime.
What is a crime factory?
The crime factory is this fucking thing here. This is a crime. This is where we create our crime. This is a crime factory for jobs and profit. We can stop the crime.
How?
By stop buying and selling it.
Why are there 20,000 murders a year now?
Because you're selling it. You're buying it and selling it.
Be a little more specific.
Well, when you take it, you put up an image, you put this image up, and you say, here, kids, don't be like that. Don't take them red pills, kids. They didn't know there was red pills until you said, no, you can say no. You can say no. You can't say no. I didn't know I could say yes. In other words, you're projecting the thought.
That's not a bad point.
Prison was not built to punish people. It was built to help people. That's why they're called peace officers. But sadistic ding-dongs got in there and wanted to make it into be the shadows of what they thought. And the incompetent and the inadequate need to punish someone so they feel better. So it's like in reform school, they used to lay me down and beat me with leather straps till I couldn't walk. And I used to think, what did I do wrong? And for years I would think I was wrong, that I did something wrong, and then I seen it wasn't that I did anything wrong. They beat me so they show the next kids now what not to do. So, you know, in other words, like, prison is the mind. Most of the people that work in the prison are more in prison than the people they've got in prison. They've just got their kids in prison. They've got the poor people in prison. They've got people that have no money in prison. I don't understand what prison is anymore.
Would you like to get out of prison?
I'd like to get out of handcuffs.
How do you feel about the fact that you're going to spend the rest of your life there?
The rest of my life where?
Right here.
You guys are poor. You've been living 1,000 illusions, man. The rest of your life where?
In prison.
In prison. What prison? You got a prison in your mind? You see what I'm saying? You're in prison, son. You're the one that's in jail because you think there is such a thing as a prison. I'm sitting on a line. The guy comes up and draws a line and says, you're in prison. I said, oh, I'm in prison? He puts up a big gate and says, you can't get out. I said, oh, I can't get out? He says, yes. And then they dress up in uniforms and walk back and forth and have little passes and paperwork and things. And I look at them and they say, we're keeping you locked up. I said, oh, you are? I didn't have anything else to do anyway.
Right now you're coming up for parole. You have the right to come up before a parole board. Do you want to get out on parole?
Parole for what? Parole to where? I want my rights. My rights. You give me a parole every other day. It doesn't give me my rights. If I don't have any rights, he doesn't have any rights. He doesn't have any rights, and you don't have any rights.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah, in other words, if everybody gets equal rights, you got equal rights to the rights I got. And that's to sit down and keep your mouth shut or get your jaw broke. Is that the rights you want?
Do you want to get out of jail?
Out of jail? I've been out of jail since '67. I got out of prison in 1967.
Would you like to get out of prison?
I'd like to get my guitar, and I'd like to see my friends.
What would you do if you got out of prison?
Depends on what level I got on.
What would you do if you got out of prison on parole?
Oh, on parole? I don't know whether I would accept a parole. Because if I accept a parole, then I have to accept a whole bunch of little people play act importance with my life. I'm tired of other people running my life.
Are you saying that you don't want to accept guilt?
Guilt? The hell is that? I can do anything I want, woman.
What would you do if you got out of prison?
I'm out of prison. I get out every day. I get out in these guys every day. I get out all over. I'm everywhere. I know you're going to lock everywhere up. I'm everywhere, man. I'm all things. How you going to lock that up?
What's the best thing that's ever happened to you in your life?
I don't really have all that in my mind. I'm pretty well balanced out. It's all what I make it. You know, it's all what I make it. But let me ask you a question before we go any further. Do you think, in your mind, from you, not from what somebody else said, but do you think that I've done something bad that I should be ashamed of and feel guilty about?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what you've done and what you haven't done. So it's really not for me to judge. I know you're here, and to most people that suggests that you must have done something pretty bad. Obviously, I know all about the Tate LaBianca murders and that case. But it's not for me to judge exactly what you've done. I don't have the reel of your life.
Okay. I'll open up another chamber for you. I'm looking at you. I don't see no fear or guilt in you. So I wouldn't think that you've done very much that you're ashamed of.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I'm not blind. I can see that.
No. You know what I think? I think that you are an evil person.
Right, I'm evil. I'm terrible.
You are, Charlie.
Oh, yeah, I'm awful. I'm awful.
You're a murdering dog,
Oh,
Charlie.
I'm a terrible dog. I'm a fiend.
You're a mass murdering
A
dog.
mass murdering dog. And where did you get these ideas?
I guess the evidence.
But does it pay you to say that more? I mean, if I paid you to say the other way, would you walk backwards?
I don't walk backwards.
Well, then, you know, it's kind of silly.
I never
man.
walk backwards
It's
from
kind of
evil.
silly. You read a newspaper and you look on TV and then you come and you see me and you want to call me what they told you. And you know that 99% of that newspaper is for money, not the truth.
How is the real Charles Manson different from the Manson that's portrayed in the media?
I think I'm a little worse.
You think so? In what way?
Well, I'm more real than they say. They make me into being a lying phony. They make me into being subject to what other people think. I'm not really subject to other people's thinking.
Now,
What?
we'll say that I am all these things that you think I am.
Right.
Wouldn't that be more fearful than letting me try to be a nice guy? Would you want to make me into those things? Would you want me to? Do you need someone like that in your world? That's your judgment now. The judgment you're making on this mirror, man, you got to carry. You want to make me a terrible, violent, no good, so-and-so, and roo-roo-rah? When actually, in reality, I'm a deadhead, man. I've been dead since 1951.
How'd you die?
I died in the penitentiary in solitary confinement. Didn't you understand I've been in jail since I was 9 years old? I got nothing in my mind. There's nothing in there. I just go, oh yeah, oh you did that? Oh well, is that right? You did that by yourself. I learned a long time ago, you can't never tell nobody nothing. And you can't judge nobody else. There's only one person you can judge. I judge me. You have to judge you. I've sat in that cell 18 years. If you sat in that cell 2 weeks, you'd be banging your head on the wall.
You're right.
Yeah. You know, so you come and live with yourself in a little old square box for 18 years with everybody getting down on you. And they haven't touched me, man, because I know what I did. I don't break laws. I make laws. I'm the lawmaker. I'm the one that laid the track down. They drive the train. I lay the track. I make the laws.
Do you resent the fact that you've been in jail practically all of your life?
No, I don't know what resent is. That's a waste of mental energy. It's a waste of time.
Do you feel it's wrong?
Right or wrong, I don't judge. That's what they got guys in robes for. They judge.
Well, I guess then I can't really ask the second part of the question.
Well, what's the second part of the question?
Well, the second part of the question is, if you resent it, then why did you keep doing things to get back into jail? Why did you do so many things to get yourself thrown in jail? You seemed to like it when you were out, according to what I read.
Well, because I'm stupid. I really am stupid. I'm smart in some things, but other things I'm dumb in, you know. Probably, if you notice, people that tell the truth generally act like they're kind of retarded. Mentally retarded people I can communicate with real good. And decent dumb people, man, we talk like crazy, you know. In other words, I'm all right with those. And kids I'm okay with. But when you get grown up, then there's a lot of problems. I don't get along too good with grown-ups. And they get me in trouble.
You know, where I come from, the guys with guts, they do it themselves.
Come on, man.
They don't
Why you feel a need to get down on me? Is that gonna make you look any bigger? What if I just jumped on you and beat the dog shit out of you? Would that make you feel any bigger?
You would have to have 3 friends your size to jump on me.
Yeah, you're a dreamer. Yeah, you're a dreamer.
Don't try it, so.
Huh?
Don't try it.
But that doesn't prove anything, does it?
Well, I don't know.
Does it?
I don't know. It proves
You know.
not much.
Yeah.
Not much of it. No.
Well, neither did you prove the Second World War. I mean, you may have won the war, but you didn't prove that it was right or wrong. See? Right or wrong, history turns it. History wheels it.
I agree.
Now, if I was guilty of something, and after all the pressure they put on me, and they put the medication on me, and all the doctors and drugged me up and down the hallways and done everything they could do to kill me, I've had this whole country down on me trying to murder me for all kinds of different, everything they don't understand, what they don't know, what they can't realize. Every little insecurity they got, here they come, bringing it to me. Dig, and I got to carry it on my back. Do you think I would still be here if I was guilty of anything? And look me in the eye. Look me straight away in the eye. Do I look like I'm guilty about anything?
You look more guilty than anyone I ever looked at
Really?
in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that mirror's going to be heavy for you to carry in.
Charlie, one of the things that you should never do, let me give you a little media advice to say, look at me and ask if you're guilty.
See, we're talking personalities here.
But
See?
you are the guiltiest.
Yeah, we're talking personalities.
Yeah.
You're going to say I'm guilty. You don't even know me.
Well, you're a convict.
You've never even walked
You're
with
a
me.
convict. You're a lifer. You should have been dead.
I should have
Most
been
people
dead.
say it's unfortunate
A
that you're not.
convict, and I should have been dead.
Yeah.
I have nothing against no one unless they got something against me. You come up and say hi, I say hi. You say, I like you. I say, well, I like you. You say, well, I don't like you. I say, well, I don't like you. In other words, however you reflect to me is what I'm going to reflect back to you. I don't care what color you are, where you're from, or what you're doing, what race you are. I am me first, and that is Scotch. I'm from Scotland first. That's me. And I look out for that, number one, me. Just like everybody else does.
But I have all of my people
and all of my friends and everybody I've ever met in good esteem. I judge no one. It's everyone's judging me. So you're looking at everybody judging me as being bad. I know what I am.
I want to know how you feel about the fact that you were the stuff of a nation's nightmare for years. You were the personification of everything evil, everything rotten in this country.
Yeah, you jumped it all off on me. I was your goat. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? In other words, the guys you're trying to make me into is impossible. What you're doing is you're creating a legend, you're creating a beast, you're creating whatever you are judging yourselves with into the word Manson. And that's not me at all.
You're not a beast, Charlie. You are a beast.
See? I'm whatever you need me to be for you. And whatever you make me is what you'll carry the rest of your life and forever.
I don't want to pick on you.
Still don't communicate. Hey, we talked about what I did. You want to talk about what I could do? I could do just about anything I want on my road. I could send for your head and put it in a box if I wanted. I wouldn't. But I could, just like you could too.
Is Charlie Manson crazy?
Whatever that means. Sure, he's crazy as mad as a hatter. What difference does it make? You know, a long time ago, being crazy meant something. Nowadays, everybody's crazy. So, I mean, it's synonymous. I mean, it's an irony, man. It's a pair of ducks. I mean, are you crazy?
Say you want a revolution. Well, you know, we all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution.